for land space.
No, sir.
But in their fighting, they failed to realize that they were stronger when they were together. For they had come to the land of Canaan. In fact, the fight broke out when they were in Canaan. The Perizzites were there. The Canaanites were there. And they did not like Abraham and Lot. In fact, they were looking at these two men who were growing too powerful and too wealthy. And they feared that they would overpower them. It was God's promise that it be so. So they would team up and they would fight against them. Now, if Abraham and Lot are divided, that is easier for the Canaanites and the Perizzites to overpower them. What's the point? What's the point? Contention and strife, they have a way to blind us from our imminent danger and even our destruction. Together, the Perizzites and the Canaanites were no match for Abraham and Lot. But if only they can be divided, we will conquer them. And the devil got into Lot's servants and they said, you know what? We need more land space. Understand, this is way back in Genesis, people fighting for land. It did not just start here. Way back in Genesis, they began to fight for land. We need more land. In fact, we need our own land space for our shepherds and our flock. We need to be separated from Abraham. So the first key point I wanted to make here was the peril of prosperity. That's why the wise man tells us, if riches increase, don't set your heart on it. Because riches has a way of coming fast and going even faster. But the things that last are our relationship with God, and that way our fellow man. Come on, somebody say amen. Don't allow material things to come between human relationships.
My God. Come on.
The second point I want to make here is that we got to know the real root cause of this unity. Sometimes we are trying to deal with strife, but we don't even know what the root is. And we hit it on the head. But it sprouts again.
Yes.
Because it has roots. When you're dealing with strife, you got to get to the roots. The shepherds view the problem. Look at this. The shepherds, they view the problem to be limited land space. So they began the contention in an effort to secure greener pastures for their master's flock. However, Abram, look at this. Abram viewed the solution as there being too much land. The shepherd said, we don't have enough land.
No, son.
But Abram said, there's too much land for us to be fighting.
Come on.
Life is all about perspective. How you view life, how you view the world, and how you view people in your world will determine how you relate to people in your world.
Come on.
Lot's servant said, we need more land. There's not enough land. Abraham said, but there's too much land for us to be fighting.
Come on, Holy Ghost.
If we want to avert or end human contention in any relationship, I want to suggest to us that we need to consider and implement Abraham's formula.
Come on.
In the church, in your family, in society, on your job, in your school, Abraham's formula will work. preserve unity in our diversity. What's the formula? Let's take a look quickly and we'll be done. Number one, look at this, easy. Abraham, when they recognized the shepherds were fighting, Abraham goes over to Lot and he implements the first step of his formula. He said to Lot, let there be no strife between us.
Amen. Come on now.
There is no reason for us to be fighting.
No.
But some people love a fight.
No, son.
Like their first name is Fight.
No, son.
And their middle name is More Fight. And their last name is Keep on Fighting. But Abraham went to his nephew and said, Nephew, look at this. Notice carefully here. Abraham did not speak to the shepherds.
No, son.
They're the ones who started the fight
No, son.
and created the disunity in the diversity. But Abraham did not go to the shepherds. He went to his nephew because he knew where the decision making is, the power base. He said to his nephew, we don't need to fight.
No, son.
I want to tell Village Church family, no matter what, we don't need to fight. Come on, somebody. We may see things differently. We may feel differently, but we don't need to fight. I want to say to families here today, as you meet around Thanksgiving table, you may see things differently, but you don't need to fight. Some might like turkey or some might like tofurkey. But you don't need to fight. Some might like escovitch fish and some might like vegetarian fish, but you don't need to fight. Come on, somebody say amen. Some might like collard green and some might like callaloo bush. You don't need to fight. That's the first principle. Let there be no division, no strife, no fighting. I want to say to us, it takes two to fight. And if one says, I'm not fighting, there will be no fight. First rule.
My God. Come on.
First rule, we don't have to fight.
No, son.
The second principle of Abraham's formula to ending or stopping contention is this. He says, we don't need to fight. Number two, we are brethren.
No,
It's in your text.
Come on.
We are brothers.
Yeah.
We are brothers and sisters. Brethren all are we. I want to say, friends of mine today, just as Abraham made that passionate appeal in the first step, we don't need to fight. Now he says in the second step, we don't need to fight because we are brothers. We are brothers and sisters. And since we all are adopted children of God, we should be mutually brethren to each other. Would somebody say amen? This sacred bond is less valued by us than it ought to be if it does not prove sufficient to allay our contention. If we see that we have to fight, then we acknowledge that we are not brothers. We're not brethren.
Come on, Holy Ghost. Come on.
Whenever I fight with my brother, I acknowledge my brother as an enemy.
Come on, Holy Ghost.
When I contend with my brother or sister in the church, I acknowledge them as the enemy. When I contend with my neighbor in the community, when I contend with my co-worker, on the bus, whoever I contend with, I acknowledge that they are my enemy. And only enemies fight.
No, son. No, son.
But Abraham said, This is my appeal. We don't need to fight. Number 2, he says, because we are brothers. There is a common bond that unites us. Would you say amen? We share the same DNA. We suck the same breast. Hello, somebody. We don't need to fight. We are from the same God, made in the image and likeness of God. We don't need to fight because we are brethren.
Praise the Lord. Yes, sir. Come on.
Step number 3. I like this.
Come on, Holy Ghost.
So, in the next step, to settling the differences, Abraham said, that's step number 3, is not the whole land before you?
Come on, Holy Ghost. Go ahead. Go ahead, Holy Ghost.
You fighting for here,
Go ahead, Holy
but we have all over there.
Yes, sir. My Lord. Come on.
And do you know that there are some people who fight for a chair in church? When there are chairs all over here, they say, oh, you're in my seat. Is your name on that seat? Did you pay for that seat? And there are seats all over there.
Come on.
Abraham said, isn't the whole land? You know, no, look at perspective here again. Now Lot's servants and Lot himself was seeing this piece of land right here. But Abraham said, but look, all over there is land. In fact, far as your eyes can see and more, that's the land.
Come on. My Lord. Come on, Pastor.
Sometimes when strife and contention is going on to disunite us, you've got to help somebody to open up their eyes and see the bigger picture. Come on, somebody say amen. But we bring ourselves so low, down low with them, and we get into a fight, so we and all stop seeing the bigger picture. That's why I like how Michelle Obama, when in government said, when they go low, we go high. We don't have to come down low with you. When you go low, we go high. You're going to let people see that there is a bigger picture than what your eyes showing you.
Come on. Praise the Lord.
That's it. All over there.
My Lord.
All Rochdale, St. Albans, Hollis,
Well,
Jamaica, Rosedale.
well, Lord.
If one more, we have Valley Stream.
Go ahead, Pastor.
And they can keep on going all the way down to Suffolk. All of that. And you want to go this way, go all the way up to Bronx, Melbourne, and go all the way up there, land, Connecticut. Why are you fighting?
No, son. No, son.
And you can reach Florida too. There's no need to fight.
No, son. Didn't I for him? No.
We come into a close out again. This is what I want to teach. What teach it?
Well,
You know, in Proverbs 3, when Abraham says, isn't the whole land before you?
well. Come on.
Abram was able to see the whole land because the whole land belonged to him.
Glory to God.
Don't miss this point.
Amen.
Lot was only able to see part of the land because the land was not his.
No, son. My Lord.
The point I'm making here is that Lot's servants and shepherds dragged him into a fight against Abraham's shepherds and Abraham himself, fighting him for what was his.
Come on, Hogo. Nothing yet.
Sometimes in the family, people fighting for what is yours.
Go ahead. My Lord. My Lord.
Most of Texas and major part of California
Mexico.
and New Mexico belong to Mexico.
Yes.
America America took it.
Yes, yes,
Come on, Holy Ghost.
yes.
Come on, Holy Ghost.
We took it from them.
You see Holy Ghost? My Lord. Come on.
And now we want to put it on the wall.
Come on, Holy Ghost. Come on now. Come on, Holy Ghost.
The whole land is before you. Now, Abraham knew it was his land, therefore he knew the boundaries. And so, key point here is this. Still on point number 3. Abraham was willing, for his own sake, to appease the strife. He was willing to sacrifice his own rights. Don't miss that. Don't miss that. Sometimes for peace in the family, you're going to give up your rights. Sometimes in the church, you're going to give up your own rights too. Sometimes on your job, you're going to give up your own rights. But I want to tell you something. If you stoop low, God will eventually elevate you, because God says that one day, if you are faithful, He will make your enemies your footstool. He will cause the same people who you stood down low for to become the platform upon which you will stand. They will see you rising. Abraham is giving away his deed, saying to Lot, the whole land is before you. No need to fight. But the final point, 4 steps in Abram's formula for contention and disunity. Number 1, let there be no strife between us. Number 2, we are brethren. There is a common bond. And I don't care how one looks, if you are red, yellow, black, white, you are from the Caribbean, you are from Africa, you are from African American, African American. It doesn't matter where you're from. We are one. If you cut me and you cut you, the blood looks the same color.
Come on, Holy Ghost.
And that's the reason why people of any race can give blood.
Go by your name.
Hello.
By your name.
Hello.
By your name.
We are told in Acts 17:20, it says, God made out of all nations, He made of one blood.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Of one blood, He made all nations of men to dwell on the face of the earth.
Bill. My God.
We made our distinctions and we made our divisions. And I want to declare today that there is more that unites us than that divides us. But we focus on our differences than on our unity, and so we begin to fight.
No, son, no, son.
But finally, as we get ready to land, step number 4. Abraham said, separate from me. Let's be separate in habitation, but not in heart.
Amen. Praise the Lord.
Sometimes you have to tell the children it's time for you to go.
Yes.
It's time for you to go. We're going to stay united in heart, but get your own key. You're not working out here in this house. Come on, somebody say amen. Lot was told by Abraham, listen, separate. That's the remedy, because your shepherds will keep the fight going. You and I are okay, but our shepherds will fight. So the best thing is separate.
My God.
And then he says to him, look at the land. Now, Lot for the first time was able to see, because Abraham gave him perspective.
Come on.
Life is all about perspective. He opened up his eyes, now we can see all the land. So he says, if you go to the left, I will go to the right. And if you go to the right, I will go to the left.
Yes, it is. Come on.
And we'll be okay. We can come together for Thanksgiving dinner. And then you go back left and I go back right. We can come back again for Christmas. I go right and you go back left.
Come on, Holy Ghost.
We are united in heart even though we are separated in habitation.